All right, what up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Living the Dream podcast. Today on the show, we are talking about how a business is only as good as the personalities behind that business. I was reading The Law of Success, which is to my left, as always, and it's by Napoleon Hill. And I was rereading it because I felt like I've been doing the Law of Success series, but a lot of those things I need reminders of. Alex Hormozi says this thing where he's like, oftentimes we don't need new information, we simply need reminders. So I'm rereading The Law of Success. Bob Proctor also said he read through Think and Grow Rich frequently, like 12 times a year, just kept on going through it, kept on going through it, kept on going through it until those ideas, those laws, those principles really seeped into who he was. I'm doing a similar thing with The Law of Success because if you get yourself familiar with the law of success, you'll probably be successful. So that's what I'm up to. And in the very first couple of pages, I already got a new piece of information that I missed the first time I was going through it. And it is that we need to invest in the people in a business. Napoleon Hill talks about how you have businesses, they're all selling the same product, they're all selling it for the same price. And then some businesses are doing catastrophically more. I don't know if I said that right, but a lot better than the other businesses. Why is that? Well, Napoleon Hill says look at the people behind the business, the employees, the owner, know how to serve the customers in a way, know how to connect to the customers in a way that the other businesses don't know. So the differentiator in that business is the people behind it. Napoleon Hill talks about that. Warren Buffett also talks about it. He says when he's looking at a business, he really likes to deal with people who have integrity, who have failed at business before, who have are just trustworthy, are good people, have good character. Alex Hormozi talks about there are three things that hold us back. It's our beliefs as entrepreneurs, our beliefs, our skills, or our character. Warren Buffett says he looks for people who have demonstrated skills and have great character. And with great character typically comes great beliefs. Maybe. I'm not sure. I feel like that's how it works in my head. And Alex Hormozi also looks at the people in a business. He's like, the first thing we do when we go into scale a business is we look at the people. Because you can't build anything big without A players, without great people. I have another friend, Xavier. All these guys are on kind of three levels of entrepreneurship, but they all talk about people. Xavier talks about looking at people first when he goes in to buy a small business. He's a serial entrepreneur, even though he doesn't like that term. He buys businesses, right? So where has this shown up in my life? Well, I haven't bought a business yet, but I still look at the people in my life. I look at myself. I'm investing in myself. I'm always growing myself because I realize that I am in my business. So I am investing in a business, just not one that I've bought. I'm investing in myself. The podcast is a business. The Creative Dealmakers Mastermind is a business for me. Um, all the wholesaling and real estate apartment syndication stuff is business for me. And then training my virtual assistant. She's my only employee in my business right now, but I'm always investing in her. Always like, okay, how can we get you skills that can scale your income and scale the income of the company? That's what I'm looking at. Where do I want it to show up in my life? When I buy businesses in the future, as well as buying real estate, I am big on investing in people. So I want to invest in my employees. I want my employees to have the capability to spread their wings and soar, but they love working at the company so much that they stay. And I think you attract A players, you give them A player opportunities, right? And then you make them better A players. And if they want to leave, go for it. Go impact the world more because that's what we're here for, right? We're here to impact the world. So if you feel like you can impact the world more outside of my company than you do inside my company, I want you to go outside of my company. Even though I'll have to recruit more talent, it'll cost for me, et cetera, et cetera. I want to maximize impact. So if that means you leaving, that means you leaving. So be it. And in real estate, you can invest in your brokers, you can invest in your lenders, you can invest in your contractors, you can invest in your tenants, you can invest in um, your relationship with the owner that you're doing business with. These are all relationships that you can invest in. And that's how I see myself investing in people first, maximizing impact, and the rest will simply follow. And how can you apply it to your life? Well, like I said, you can invest in yourself. If you're not somebody who's buying businesses right now, invest in yourself because you can impact people and are in the business of impacting people every day. So, if you can do that to a greater extent, you're maximizing impact, you're investing in yourself, and you are a brand, you are a business. Like people give you money for services that you render. Um, it may be an employee function, a solopreneur function, a just friendship function. Like, I get that it's weird to think of friendship as a business, but it's like most of what we do in life is pretty transactional. And when it's not transactional, it's hopefully when you do acts of kindness, it's not transactional, but it's still like you are providing value and you're receiving something back. Like, there's still a transaction. That person just isn't giving you something. You're receiving the fulfillment you get from providing that value to people. So, if you invest in yourself, the business of yourself, you will grow. I put quotes over the business of yourself because I don't want you guys to tie it to like big corporate America and blah, blah, blah. I hate this and I'm never going to associate myself with that. No, it's like you impact people every day. Invest in the business of impacting people, which means invest in yourself, invest in your friends. So if your friends want to impact people in a certain way, you can empower them to do so. And the last way you can apply it to your life is to actually go buy business. When you buy a business, invest in the people of the business. So, for example, you can buy $1 million business with $100,000. That $1 million business probably has some employees. Invest in those employees, it'll scale. If you get product market fit right and you're in the right market and you're in a scalable market and it has a good business structure, there are a lot of other things you need to think about. I'm not a scaling master. Go to Alex Hormozi's YouTube channel if you want to figure out that stuff. But invest in people. Spend your life investing in people and you will not regret it. On that note, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. This is what I had to talk to you guys about today. As we always ask, shoot this over to 1 to 3 people you know need to hear this message, need to hear the message of invest in people that you care about, invest in yourself. And if you're buying businesses, look at the people first and invest in them. So go ahead and send that to 1 to 3 people. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Also, check out the Creative Dealmakers Mastermind on the website, workwithtimmydouglas.com. We are making creative deals that are changing lives. The goal is to put 4 to 5K in the pockets of young entrepreneurs and college students post taxes so that they can spend the rest of their time focused on maximizing impact and not also working a W-2 or also trying to take care of their family or also doing this side hustle and doing that side hustle. It's like, no, you've built up or bought businesses and assets. Businesses are assets that generate income for you. And now you can go live your life. So I like that. I hope you like that. Go check it out. And on that note, we're out.